In this video, I'll show you how to program a new key for your Dodge vehicle using this simple key kit. This is going to work for a variety of Dodge models. You can see here on the side of the box, this is going to work for the Avenger, Caliber, Dakota, Durango, Magnum, Nitro, and Ram for the years listed there. And if you have a different Dodge or a different brand, as you can see, this also works for Chrysler and Jeep. We have a different video for you because there are differences in the codes you will use. So just go check out our other videos and we should have you covered. But for this, we'll be just doing the Dodge vehicles listed there on the side. So let's start by opening this thing up and seeing what we have inside. I'm going to be walking you through step by step so that you can do this yourself at home and so that you will not need to go to the dealership where they will charge you a ton of money to do the very same thing. So now that we're inside, what we have is the user guide, the easy installer, and a new key. The only other thing that you will need for this process is your current working key, the one that's currently paired to your vehicle. And one note is that you will need to get this new key cut before you start the process. So you can get that done at your local hardware store. And once you have that and you have opened up your box and you're ready to go, we can begin. Before starting, when opening up your box, you do want to make sure that this seal on the easy installer on the plug part is intact and that it doesn't say void, because if it is missing or it says void, basically your easy installer is not going to work. It's probably been used on another vehicle, and once you plug this in and use this on your vehicle, it will be paired to your vehicle and it won't work on any others. So if your seal is missing or it says void, you'll want to just return this whole kit and get yourself a new one. We can now start with the activation process. So we're going to be activating this new key using a code. You can see on screen now there are different codes for different models, different Dodge models. You can just match the key that you currently have to the picture that you see on screen and write that code down. One note for those of you who have a Dodge Durango or Nitro, you want to flip your current working key over and look on the back and find the FCC ID. If the FCC ID matches the one shown on screen right now, your activation code will be 233. Otherwise, stick to the activation code on the original slide that you just saw. So now that you have your activation code, we can begin activating our new key. So grab your new key, go ahead and press lock and panic at the same time. You can see how this light has now activated. We can now enter in our activation code with these three buttons: lock, panic, and unlock. So the first digit will be lock, second panic, third unlock. I will be entering in 231. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and 1. And now I will once again press lock and panic simultaneously, and this light should blink back my code. 1, 2, 3, pause, 1. As you can see, the light, it looked like it could have been a 1, but that is actually a 2. I'll just show you that again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1. Pause, 1, 2, 3, pause, 1. So that for me is a 2, 3, 1. Sometimes it blinks back 2, sometimes it blinks back 1. It's kind of like counting the light. When the light is like that, it's counting that as 1. But don't worry if you don't get the right code or you're getting that blinking light, because it can actually just time out if you wait too long. You can just continue doing this process until you get it right. There is no problem trying again and again. Okay, now that our key is activated, we can go ahead and begin the pairing process. So go ahead and take everything that you have here, your easy installer, user guide, old key, and new key, and go hop in your vehicle. The first thing you want to do is locate the OBD port. The OBD port it looks like this image on screen here. Usually it's under the dash, almost down at the level of the pedals. So stick your head down there, see if you can find it. If you can't seem to find it, you can go check the owner's manual of your vehicle to find out exactly where that port is. Now you can make sure that you're inside of the vehicle with all of the doors closed, that the vehicle is off, in park, and you can turn the hazard lights on. We want to set the dial position of our easy installer. It's either going to be a 1 or a 2, depending on your vehicle. I'll show you on screen now which dial position works with your particular vehicle. Some of them have an alternate dial position. So if you're trying to do the pairing process and your primary position doesn't work, you'll just want to try the same thing again with the alternate dial position. But if you only have one on this chart, if you only have one dial position, just forget that. Stick with your original position, your only position. So you're going to set it to 1 or to 2, and now we're ready to begin. Once you start the pairing process and you plug this in, you'll want to work quickly. You have about 5 minutes before the timer kind of goes off on this easy installer. It will start beeping, telling you to remove it. The process doesn't take very long, but you just don't want to wait too long because you'll have to start over. There's no problem if you have to start over, if it times out, but it can just be a little bit annoying. So once we plug this in, we're just going to go through the steps smoothly, quickly. Once your dial position is set, go ahead and take your old original key, the one that currently works with your vehicle, put it in the ignition and start the vehicle. Now we can remove the seal from this easy installer and firmly plug it into the OBD port. Once the device is plugged in, you'll want to wait up to 8 seconds and listen for 3 beeps, which sounds like this. This means that it's noticed that you are doing the pairing process and you can move forward. If you heard more than 3 beeps, an error has occurred, you'll want to skip forward in this video to the end where I will go over some of the common errors and frequently asked questions. Otherwise, you can just move forward to the next step. What we want to do after hearing those 3 beeps is just turn off the vehicle and remove the old key. Now we can take the new key, the one that isn't yet paired, the new key, insert it into the ignition, turn it to the on or run position, which is the final position before starting the engine. You don't want to start the engine. You just want to turn it to on. And now we can come over to this easy installer. On the bottom, there is a button. You just want to press and release that. You can wait again up to 8 seconds to listen for 3 beeps, which sounds like this. Once you've heard that, you can turn off your vehicle, remove the old key, and finally press this button once more. You should, if you've done everything correctly, hear a chime sound, which sounds like this. That means you've done everything perfectly, your new key is paired, and you are finished. So you can go ahead, unplug this from the OBD port, turn off your vehicle, turn off your hazard lights, and now you want to test both keys. Your old key and your new key should both be working. You can actually have a total of 8 keys paired to your vehicle. You can do 8 keys with this easy installer. I think I mentioned this at the beginning, but this easy installer will continue to work with your vehicle, but it will not work with any other vehicle. And if you wanted to pair more keys, you would just activate a new key and start the pairing process over from the beginning. If you also wanted to try the alternate dial position, if you're having trouble with the original dial position, you want to, when you're starting a new pairing process, start over from 0. So turn off the engine, unplug this from the OBD port, start over, close all the doors to your vehicle, put it in park, hazard lights, and begin from there. Lastly, I'd like to go over some of the errors you can run into. First, I'd like to point you over to page 13, where we have a customer service number, customer support number. If you're having any problems, you can always just give them a call. They are there to help you and answer your questions. But a lot of this information you can just kind of figure out for yourself over here in the frequently asked questions. So if when you're trying to initiate the pairing process, you hear 8 beeps coming from the Easy Installer, this means that 8 keys have already been paired to your vehicle and you will be unable to pair another key. And they're saying the solution is just to give them a call because you probably need to unpair the keys. I'm actually not sure, but you will not be able to use this kit and just pair a 9th key. It doesn't work like that. Here where they're asking, can you use the Easy Installer on another vehicle? As I mentioned, that is not possible. Once you plug it in, it is paired to your vehicle. If at some point during the pairing process, the Easy Installer is beeping at 2 beeps at 1 second intervals or 3 beeps at 1 second intervals, these are signifying 2 different errors that you can run into. If it's beeping twice, pause, 2 beeps, pause, 2 beeps, pause, this means that the device has already been used on another vehicle. So the Easy Installer isn't going to work with your vehicle because it has already been paired. And if you hear 3 beeps, that means that the system is not detecting your original working key. You need to make sure that you have that key in the vehicle with you as you do the process. The next problem that you can run into is they're just saying the new key won't pair to my car. You've tried the pairing process and it isn't working. The best thing to try is the alternate dial position. Not all vehicles have an alternate dial position, but if you saw on that slide, I'll actually show that slide again for you right now. If you see that your vehicle has 2 possible dial positions, 1 or 2, and you're not able to get this process, the pairing done, just try the other dial position. So start over from the beginning, unplug the Easy Installer from the OBD port, turn off the vehicle, and restart the process. Start the vehicle with your old key and just walk through from there with the alternate dial position, setting that before you plug it in, of course. It says here, what if the Easy Installer was unplugged during the pairing process? That isn't going to cause any serious problems, but you'll just need to start over from the beginning of the pairing process. So just, as I mentioned, you'll just remove all of the keys and you'll start over from step 1 of the pairing process. Lastly, if your vehicle won't start with the new or old key after doing the pairing process, they're just telling you to go ahead and call them at that number. Hope you can get that sorted out if that is your problem. So that is it. We've covered everything. I hope this was helpful for you. I hope you saved a ton of money by doing this at home instead of going to the dealership. These simple key kits really are great. So thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.